Hey guys, what's up? So today we have a spotlight here. We have Reveered, who does 11,500 damage. If I remember correctly, after watching this, I was so amazed. 100% of the 50B this game, so uh, pretty monster game if I don't say so myself. 11,500 damage in a tank is extremely respectable, and we even run the same loadout, so I'm pretty cool, right? 52-4. But as you can see, he's coming to this spot on D6 here to try to maybe get a crossfire to any light tanks or mediums that typically like to peek the F6 ridge. That's like a very, very common spot. Now I'm sure you guys notice this is the replay system, and because of that, you don't get to see what he's actually looking at, like you know, weak spots and stuff. You just kind of know the general tank he's shooting at. Which, Wargaming, if you're watching, you should fix this because it makes doing reviews. Like, let's say you play a game and you're not streaming or recording and you have a really good game, you have to do this, and it doesn't look nearly as good. So, you know, that'd be nice to actually have the option to do that. So he's just playing very passive right now. He knows that none of his team went down the 1-2-3, and he also knows that they have a lot of heavies, and because the pubby mentality in this game is I'm in heavy, I go city. He's setting up right now to try to counter any kind of pushes that are like that, or any kind of over aggressive tank, because sometimes people love to YOLO down the 4 line. I don't know why, but it's common. As you can see, he gets spotted by a Leopard 1. He doesn't get a shot off. The Leopard luckily misses, and you know, he's probably thinking to himself the timing on that. So now he's going to reposition around this rock and look for angles on anything that he can have, because the enemies on the opposite side here don't really know where he is. They don't know what he's up to. They haven't seen him yet. So the puppy mentality, well, he must not exist because he hasn't been spotted. That's kind of a typical thing. So he's climbing up on this hill here, and he's looking for shots onto that T-54 if he pushes at all. But now he sees an E4 crossing. He's going to try to sneak one in, but he doesn't make it. It looks like Revered, when he sent me this clip, messed up a little bit. And now he's able to put shots into the E4. He might be able to clip him out here. Is he able to high roll again? And looks like he's thinking about it, and he low rolls it, 395. That was some bad luck there from Revered. You know, there's nothing he could have done. That wasn't his fault. If he hit the first shot, he'd be dead, but he can't hit all of the shots on an RNG-based game. Luckily, a T-34 is able to take him down. He was tracked, so Revered got that, like, 5 to 10 track assist damage, you know, baller. And now he's reloading, and that's another thing. Obviously, we can't see his reload time, but we were going to estimate it's probably soon. And as you can see, he's trying to shoot into the T-44. Looks like he just tracks him the second shot, and he's able to finish him off. So, you know, right now he's up to roughly 2,000 damage. So it's not a bad start to the game, especially when the score is 4-2, and there's still a lot of healthy heavies around for if you're to farm, which obviously he's going to be able to. So right now he's just looking at the map, seeing what he needs to do. He sees a 215B. I actually know that guy. He's been in clan with him. But anyways, I digress. He's just looking for angles. He doesn't want to really overexpose or overcommit to a flank because at this point in the game, he sees that they have map control, so he doesn't want to bleed hit points in a situation that they could lose. So now he's going to start clipping into the Tiger. He was able to finish him off. And now he might go for reload. Now, as I was saying, he notices that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 line have literally no one on them. So even though they're up 5-4 and they were just up 4-2, that doesn't mean anything because they have no map control. So they're going to be surrounded quickly if the enemy realizes his opportunity. I think Revered's starting to realize this. He realizes that he needs to put shots into the other flank or carry this flank, but obviously it is a 50B, can't really be the spearhead, so he just has to kind of wait for his team to do something or try to farm off their mistakes. So he spots the mouse, a freaking mouse of all tanks, that just ran up the 4 line. Unfortunately for Revered, something tells me that's not what he wanted to see. I don't think the mouse recognized him. He may have been tunnel visioning, I don't know, but Revered's lucky he didn't go for the YOLO on him. And now he's just going to try to look for shots on the Death Star or the 215B. He does have shots in the 215B, but it looks like he might be hold down. And he connects the second one, connects the third. I was maybe thinking maybe he'd go for another one, but I think he's just going to reload to be safe from behind. So right now he's up to 12 shots fired, 9 hits, or 9 pens. 2 hits, but didn't penetrate, so that's not too bad. 11 for 12. So as you can see here, he's just trying to sit here. This actually is a good spot. I haven't really seen this been used too often. That's not something that's common. And now he sees a Carnarvon. He sees the Carnarvon shoot, so he's just going, okay, 50B things. I'm going to clip him out at 333, little roll Laurel, and he's able to finish him off, though, with the last shot. So he's going to reload again, and he's got, as you can see, 23 seconds left. This is important to communicate to your team, even though they might not do anything with it. It's still important to recognize that, like, oh, our autoloader is reloading, so I should just try to wait. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do to maybe help pull the team through. And now he sees that the A6 area is getting pushed, they're getting pushed, and there's a medium who's in the back. He's looking for shots in the Chieftain, but he's behind a ridge, he doesn't have any. So now Reveered's thinking, okay, well there's an even hunter right here, I can farm this guy. I'm surprised he didn't go for the drive wheel the first shot. Hits the fuel tank the second. And he's able to clip the side of him. He misses the drive wheel that shot, and he bounces the last shot, so, you know, maybe Reveered could have had 11,900 damage. Who knows? Potato plays Keppa. Regardless, this spot's actually really working right now. He hasn't been forced to rotate out yet, which a lot of people may be like, well, then he just got fed damage. But in reality, as a good player, if you recognize that you don't need to leave a spot, then you don't need to leave a spot. There's nothing to it. Like, you know what I mean? He's in a spot that's very advantageous right now. That's that. You know. So. Right now, Reveered is just waiting for a tank to overexpose. He sees the tortoise. He pens the first one. He looks like he's going to go for a Capola. He misses. The tortoise hits him while he's backing over the ridge. That must have been annoying. I can only imagine Reveered raging with that one. But, you know, he's getting assisted for that. I don't know how, but he is. So, he probably just picked up 300 because he's probably split it with that IS-7. And it's still 8v8. He was already having a really good game. You know, if I was in a 50B and I were to die right here, I wouldn't necessarily be happy, but this would be, you know, a game to keep me satisfied. You know, it's probably like 5k damage with the kills and stuff. So, actually, I want to see how bad my math is because, you know, memes. So yeah, actually, it's 6k damage, 6,400. So I'd be really satisfied with that. And that little blip there is just a gap in the recording. So now he was able to pull out, and now he's just going to try to either go for the kill shot on Leopard, which is he's going to look for one, but I don't think the Leopard's going to overexpose himself. It's not going to give him opportunity, but he potatoes and does puppy plays. So Reveered now is like, okay, well, I've got a waffle with me, so, you know, as long as we're both not reloading at the same time, we should be more than fine. We can clip out anything. You know, we've got like 4,800 clip potential together, so 3316, 1600, 4,900. So, you know, obviously, he is more than fine to run into a tank. He sees a Chieftain, and it looks like he's going to be able to pretty much clip this Chieftain for free. Except there is that heavy tank with him. It's the mouse. Reveered, is he able to get the kill shot? No, 409 isn't high roll high enough. Looks like the waffle might just yellow down though. Huh. Waffle hits him. He left him on 1 HP. Wow. What a meme. Now Reveered's going to go to finish the Chieftain off. I silently wish he rammed him. Oh, RBRTs. And as you can see, he's not reloading, so they just have to, you know, figure this out. So the Chieftain goes down, thankfully. Reveered bouncing with an RBRT didn't mess him up too bad. I was kind of thinking it would. Well, not mess them up, but maybe get him an extra shot. But, you know, he's lucky, I suppose. So now in Reveered's mind, he's thinking, okay, well, you know, we need to cap to win. I can milk damage, but he probably wants to win. So he's going to go towards the cap area. Now there's two TDs that, you know, haven't been lit in a little bit of time. So I'm kind of curious to where they may be. I'm sure Reveered is thinking the same thing. That's why his turret's to the left, expecting someone to peek to the left of him. And that's why, you know, he's trying to be quick about it. So where he is now is a common pubby spot. He does spot the Death Star in the open. He should be able to get the clip in for free. He sets him on fire and tracks him. That was actually beautiful. I think Reveered thought that taking the hit might be worth it to kill the Death Star. And he didn't take the hit at all. From the STRV, he bounced him. So he was lucky on that. And it was, anyways, it was well worth the, you know, taking the 390 alpha shot to kill a Death Star. You know, that's a good trade in my book because it's a Death Star. So some good target prioritization from Reveered here. And, if I called it I7 a pubby, I was mistaken because he's platoon the Reveered. Reveered is a platoon with baddies, so you know that's why they were both playing very well together. I didn't notice it because normally like they're both yellow because, you know, replay system. And then they get the 215B here, who at a brief glance look pretty close to hold down. Not that it really matters, it's a 215B, but Reveered knows that if they engage him and push him, they're going to get shot and farmed from the STRV. As the STRV just bounced the side of his turret because 50B armor is overpowered. And he's going to go for the light tank. Now, killing a light right now would be really important because that's kind of like a key partner with the STRV. So he hits the first shot 450. What a high roll. He's going to go for the kill. And he misses. He chokes. And he gets away and he gets punished by the STRV for it. He finally pens. And he misses a shot in the STRV. So now he's going to back up and run away, I suppose, so that he doesn't get farmed or YOLO'd. But thankfully the Waffle is still alive, holding him back. You know, it's very few times I'd say I'm glad to have a Waffle on my team, but at least he's doing something for the team right now. You know. So Reveered is going to try to kill the 215B, but his buddy here, he should have him. I mean, Reveered doesn't necessarily have to go for the kill, but I think he kind of wants the damage, so he's going to go for the finish. So he's up to 30 pens, 6 kills, 12 crit hits, 3 spots, 2 track assists, and an assist. Already right here, this is an absolutely monstrous game. I'd be happy with it. The SUV is still unlit. That's actually kind of funny. And now he's just going to go after the STRV and maybe look for the light tank. Now, at this point, it's clear that the light tank either went down the 1-2 or went double back 9-9 zip and hugged the 0 line, because the odds of him being back here at the STRV are pretty small, like behind this hill. It's possible, but I just don't really see it happening, you know? Typically light tank players in public matches, they don't really think the same way that a lot of better players do. Not to like sound like an arrogant prick, you know, to be blunt, but you know, this STRV is trying to get a shot on Reveered. Reveered chokes the shot, and he's gonna be able to get the finish though. So now he's up to 32 pens. What a monster game! And as you can see, he's just gonna fast forward this. This is just playing look for the light tank. They're gonna cap out. They're trying to draw the light tank back. He can't win. So the light tank is going to be forced to come back to try for a reset. And that's what's going to happen. The light tank's going to come back to base, and they're going to be able to kill him. So as you can see, he just shot his buddy in the turret. And the light tank does get spotted. He comes back, and Reveered just goes poof and gets the kill. So that was 33 pens, 8 kills from Reveered. But what a monstrous game by him. That was absolutely wonderful. So let's look at the end plates. So as we can see, that was Revered's 100% damage standing. He had 11,152 damage, 922 assisted, 29 penetration, 780 blocked, 8 destroyed 2 bins. Sorry for the blinking, by the way. I don't know why it's doing that. But regardless, that was a nice tanker, Top Gun, Brothers in Arms. So he had an absolutely monstrous game, a carry if you ask me. And, you know, Reveered, I'm going to also be doing a video where he does 13,000 damage in his STRV. And I noticed I said 11,500. For some reason when I looked at the end plates, I saw the 11,152 and read it as 11,512. So that's my bad, but close enough, right? Still a monstrous game nonetheless. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next one.